Everyone. I wanted to make a short video explaining how to use the home journal that was sent home. I know a lot of the or most of the activities that went in the learning packet didn't say specifically to write, something in the journal. This was just sent home for your child to use at their own pace. So I wanted to show you some ideas on how you can use it and some examples of your child or some children's pages from their journal from when we were in school. So when you open it up, looks like this, and I drew an example of, I don't know if you can see it, of what you might see from your child. So when we had our journals at school, we always told them to draw a picture because they love that's a given. They love drawing pictures. But we also had them write about what they drew. So we would say, show me your picture and show me your words about your picture. So here you can see I have my picture of my family, and I wrote about my family. And I was going to show you an example of, it's spelled correctly and everything, but in all honesty, your child's not going to know how to spell everything correctly. And if they ask you, okay, how do I spell my? Instead of saying it's my, you can help them sound out the letters and listen to the sound and write the sound that they hear. So, for example, if I said, okay, Mom, how do I write my? Well, okay, what sound do you hear at the beginning of my? M. Oh, it's M. And if, your child doesn't know that letter, maybe write that down and you can go over that letter later. And then, okay, I. What sound makes the I sound? Letter I, okay? It's totally fine, if they say, okay, it sounds like I comes next, even though we know it's the letter Y. That is something that they will learn later in kindergarten and first grade. Right now, we're just teaching them that letters and sounds make words, and words have meaning. So, and then the same thing with family. Family, if you sound it out, this is how they might sound it out. Family. So it's totally fine if nothing is spelled the right way. They're just 4 and 5 right now. The main thing is that we want them to start learning how to put meaning behind their writing, and it may look like this. If letters are backwards, totally fine. We usually didn't correct them because that's how their brain is working right now, and it's developmentally appropriate for them to be writing letters backwards. You can point it out if you want, and they might say, oh, let me turn that E around, but don't be, shocked or anything if letters are backwards. I was going to say that, the home learning packets have a daily theme. An idea that you could do with that is just go along with the theme, okay? Today's theme is family. Let's draw a picture of our family and write the names of the people in our family. Today's theme is ocean. So if you were out in the ocean somewhere, what animal would you want to see, okay? A dolphin. Okay, well, let's write dolphin. And just go like that. It doesn't have to be full sentences or anything like that, just what your child is able to do right now. So I wanted to show you some examples of journal pages from when we were in school. This is an example of letter strings. So I can't really tell that she tried to write, something specific. It just looks like she drew this picture and she wrote a letter string, and to her, this may say something like, me and my friend. It's totally fine and developmentally appropriate for them to be writing letter strings. I think it's for 4 years old, that's part of the moving towards being able to write words and sentences. So letter strings are totally fine as long as, they can say, oh, I drew me and my friend. This says me and my friend. So that's one example. The next example, let's see, was this page. This little guy, I remember that he showed this to me. He said, oh, this is a battle, and I wrote battle. So at first glance, it might look like a letter string. Let me hold it the right way so y'all can see. but you can tell that he wrote b-addle, you know, in his own way. I mean, he may have missed a few letters here and there, but I can tell that he started with the beginning sound of b, and he ended with the kind of the L sound there at the end. So that's perfectly fine. And like I said, you know, some days we got to having a picture and writing words. Some days we just had our picture and the date stamp, but no words. So we were working on that still when we left school. Here's another example. So this little girl drew her picture, and again we have some letter strings. So she knew how to write these letters, so those are the letters she wrote. I'm not sure what it says, but I'm sure to her, you know, if I said, okay, what did you draw? Oh, this is my mom. Okay, what does this say? I love my mom. You know, perfectly fine. So, because like I said, we're just trying to get them to move from knowing that, you know, I can draw a picture and my words can actually tell about my picture. Words are not just, you know, decoration. So if you have any questions, you can send me a remind. Hope this video helped, and let me know if I can do anything else for y'all. Bye!